Juror number 2. Would you like to discuss something?
Yes, my son, about 21 years ago, got arrested for DUI. 18, 19, all charges were dropped.
Yeah. Anything about that life experience with your son that you harbor ill will against law enforcement today? You can give the officer's testimony whatever credibility that you feel they deserve. You won't just totally ignore it. All right. Thank you, number 2. I'm going to find my place. Number 97, row number 5, there you are. And filling out the questionnaire and following up on the question as far as arrest, you, family members, that sort of thing.
My brother-in-law.
Okay. Now, don't say the name, but it's your brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law.
Okay. Did you discuss with your brother-in-law his contact with law enforcement?
Yeah, I had in contact.
Okay. You know when that was?
Maybe more than 12 years ago.
Okay. Okay, everybody can relax. That's all the questions I have on the rest. Okay. But number 18?
I don't want to not disclose. My brother got arrested for DUI about 5 years ago. I believe I put it on the sheet.
You didn't put it on the sheet?
I believe I did.
Okay. Well, no, 18.
My son has been arrested. I did not put that. I did not read it correctly.
Okay. Hang on.
Yes, 18 did put that.
Okay. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
So, all right. Now from 18, we're going to go to 81. Okay. And so, your son?
Yes.
Did you have an occasion to discuss with your son his contact with law enforcement? Okay. Just the fact that your son was arrested by law enforcement, do you harbor any ill will against law enforcement in general?
No, that's my son. But no, law enforcement was great.
Okay. Those of you that we've discussed arrest with either yourself, family members, friends, this is what this line of questioning is addressed to, okay? And I'm going to do it row by row. Those that we've talked about arrest. A prosecutor office was probably involved in that situation. And as a prosecutor, I would like to know how you feel about the office, whether it be a district attorney, state attorney, prosecutor, DA, whatever you want to call them, all right? Whether or not, because of your life experience of having either yourself been arrested or a family member being arrested, whether or not you harbor any will generally against the prosecution side of the criminal justice system. First of all, let me make sure everyone understand the question.
Yes.
All right, so row number 1, any ill will generally against prosecutor offices because of your experience. Row number 1, no. Row number 2, no. Row number 3, no. Row number 4, see, no show of hands. Row number 5, and last 2, 6, no. The same question involves the judicial system. Your Honor, here, courtroom, staff. That's the other part. There's three parts of our system as far as in the criminal court. We have the justice system and, of course, the bar, and the bar is attorneys on both sides, defense and prosecutor. So as far as criminal justice system itself, those questions, any ill will generally against the criminal justice system itself. First row, second row, third row. No? Fourth? No? Fifth? No? Sixth? No. All right. Thank you. We're going to discuss the issue of firearms in great detail, but I want to kind of get this out of the way now since we're talking about yourself and family members. So I'm going to start this off generally, and we're going to go row by row. And it might go quickly. We might have to talk to some people. Any family members, either yourself, family members, friend, were a victim of a crime involving a firearm. Row number one. No show of hands. Number two, row number two. Number 31. Okay. Number 31, what is your life experience with that?
It's not very close, sir. I did answer in the questionnaire that my wife's first husband was murdered.
Okay. You feel comfortable talking to me about that, or you want to come up to the bench? You're okay? All right, let me discuss it with you just a little bit. How long ago was that?
As I understand, it happened back in around 95.
All right, and who was murdered as they relate to you?
It would be my wife's first husband, number second, luckily.
Okay. All right.
I made the day.
All right. I got nothing after that, but I'm going to follow up just a little bit. Was there an investigation?
As I understand it, yes, it wasn't resolved.
Well, that was my next question. Did you keep up with the investigation as far as the status, what they were doing?
I didn't meet my wife until 2010.
Okay.
We were married in 14, so this happened way back.
Because of that time distance from, meeting your wife, it occurred before that, I'm going to assume that there's no ill will or anything against law enforcement for not solving a crime. Okay. Thank you. All right, anyone else on row number two? As far as family, yourself, victim of a crime involving a firearm. Row number three. See no show of hands. Row number four. Number 65. What is your life experience, sir?
I was in third grade and had a gun pulled on us.
You were in third grade.
Yeah, third grade. Elementary school.
Okay. Was this in Florida?
Yeah, Pasco County.
How was that resolved?
Pasco County did their investigation, and I think nothing else really happened on it.
And how long ago was that? You were in third grade. I'm trying to do the math.
I'm trying to do the math too.
Well,
So you're looking probably 35 years ago?
is there anything about that incident that maybe now that you think about it, knowing that this case involves a firearm, that maybe you would not be the right person for this case, maybe another case? Is that going through your mind?
No, I think that, one has, someone pulled a gun, they didn't shoot us, so, it's not like I was shot at.
Okay.
We just had a gun pulled on us.
Another student or an adult?
I was an adult.
Okay. As being in third grade, I guess you really didn't follow up on what was going on. Did your parents follow up or any residual effect on
I
that?
know Pasco County did their investigation on it, that's all I know.
Okay, sir. All right. Anyone else on the fourth row? Number 83. What is your life experience, ma'am?
My best friend was killed back in 2020.
In Florida, out of state?
It was in Tampa.
Did law enforcement conduct an investigation that resulted in an arrest?
Yes, they did.
Is that case still pending?
No, he's in jail.
Is there anything about that particular case, pretty close to home, that now that you know a little bit more of the facts of this case, that a firearm was involved, that maybe you're thinking to yourself, maybe this is not the right case for me, maybe another case?
No.
All right. Anyone else in row 4? Row 5? No show of hands on the last two. 6? No. Okay. Going to ask this as a group. Listen up a little bit. I want to talk to you about your life experience as far as being a volunteer. All right. And let me give you some examples to kind of help this thing get started. Do you do any volunteer work for the police, Department of Correction, hospital, mental institutions, civic organizations, specific diseases that may have some sort of chapter that you volunteer for? That's what I'm kind of looking for. So on the first row, who does any type of volunteer work? Number 18. And what is your life experience with being a volunteer?
I volunteer. I'm a vice president of the board of the William Creature State Grant. But don't ask me to spell it. But I do pronounce it correctly.
All right. And you sit on the board?
Yes, I'm a vice president.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyone else in row 1? Row 2. Volunteer. Number 23. What's your life experience?
I'm on the board of directors for Girls on the Run, Tampa Bay.
Thank you.
I'm also on the board for the Youth Development Foundation of Pinellas County.
All right. And?
And I'm on the board of trustees for Xavier University of Louisiana.
Thank you. Anyone else on row 2? Number 26?
Does church count?
Sure.
Trustees of church.
Okay. How long you been doing that?
Only a couple months.
Is it a term every 3 years the board members rotate, or is it just volunteer?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I just got chosen for.
So you don't know how long you're going to be there? Okay. All right. Anyone else on row 2? Number 27. What is your life experience?
Homeowners Association Board President, Vice President, Director,
You said different board, different communities. Wherever you choose to live, you're involved in the community?
Correct.
Okay, and that's being on the board?
Right.
Okay. Anyone else on row 2?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am?
On the report.
43?
Are you asking if we are volunteering at the present time? Or we haven't?
Well, actually, I guess is a good question. Let's just make it at any time.
I volunteered. I created a charity for East and North.
Okay. Thank you. All right. 43 is on row 3, so, no, row 2. 31?
You changed it to be anytime from the current.
Yeah, okay, did I open up a can of worms on that
Start with the first row again.
one? No.
Homeowners Association.
Okay.
Like the other gentleman.
All right, let me do this. Homeowners Association, I'm not going to consider as volunteer work. All right, we do that for our community, and I get it. You're not paid. I'm looking more of associations of like number 23 with those type of groups where the girls runner.
Girls on the run.
Yeah, Girls on the Run. You know, it's an outreach type volunteer. Whether you're at a hospital, you're a candy striper, volunteer at the door, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So let's just keep on going with row number 2. Any volunteerism like that? No. Number 3, row number 3. Number 59. Oh, sorry, 46.
I for a short time did grief counseling at a church.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that just for a few minutes. Just 43?
46.
46. Grief counseling kind of opens up a lot. It could just be a hospice, end-of-life celebration kind of counseling to a very, very tragic, violent incident or just a tragic accident. You know what I'm saying? So what is it that you do as far as grief counseling?
I'm not doing it presently. It was for those who had lost their loved ones, like as you age, you lost your husband.
Celebration of end of life.
Those with counseling those people that had lost their loved ones.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Row 3, continuing. Number 59. I'm sorry. Was it? Yeah, 59.
My church often partners with the local ministry in Tampa for this community outreach, moving, community service projects.
Okay. Yeah. Number 63.
Columbia, is at my church.
Okay. Row 4. I have, okay, 81.
The family volunteers at Feeding Tampa Bay.
What is it, Tampa Bay?
Feeding.
Oh, Feeding Tampa Bay? Okay. And the next one was 83.
Also Feeding Tampa Bay, Metropolitan Ministries, and also for my own foundation, the Stevie Ledoux Firefighter Foundation.
I'm sorry, you got to say that a little bit slower.
Stevie Ledoux Firefighter Foundation.
Okay. With the Firefighter Foundation, what do you support?
PTSD, firefighters that have had PTSD, so we are helping with families that have firefighters that have gone through PTSD and trying to help them through those situations.
All right, thank you. Staying on row 4, number 86.
City of Zephyr Hills, Parks and Recreation Council.
Thank you. And going to row 5. You went on row 5, number 96.
Local fire department, volunteer fire department. 38 years, volunteer firefighters in New York City.
All right. Thank you. And number 9, is that 101?
Big sisters, domestic
Okay. And number 93 in row 5.
Grew up doing volunteer work for a local fire department, volunteer fire department, upstate New York.
Okay. And back to row 6. All right. Thank you.
15's got a card up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I volunteer for Habitat for Humanity
Okay.
and also we build homes for vets in Philadelphia, in the city of Philadelphia.
In Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Habitat down here?
No, this was
Oh, both in. Okay. All right. Got it. Thank you. Okay.
Do you need to know about our whole life?
No? No. I'm good. All right. This is another group question, so kind of listen up, please. We talked about we're all individuals and what we bring into the courtroom. We've talked about some emotional states, some physical abilities, but we've also gone out and been touched by our life experiences through training in college and schools. So what I'd like to do, I'm going to read you a list of areas that you may have received training, either formally or informally, through self-study. You took a class, you took online, or you actually went to school and took classes. You might even have a degree in some of these areas. So I'm going to read the list, and then I'm going to go row by row if you have the life experience of touching upon these academic topics, okay? All right, so here we go. Constitutional law, criminal justice system, law enforcement, criminal law, psychology. Number 23, psychology, thank you. Philosophy.
I was waiting for the last. We were waiting for the list.
I was waiting for the list too. Okay. Let me do the list, then we'll raise up our paddles, okay? All right. So we have psychology, philosophy, religion, sociology, urban studies, defensive tactics, use of force using either a weapon or a firearm. All right. So let's start with row number 1.
Mr. Martin?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a pretty lengthy
I hope not.
topic based on the number of hands, and it has been a while since we've had a break. I'm not sure how long. I apologize, but I think it's been a while. Everybody ready for a break?
Yes.
All right. Let's take 10 minutes, just report back to the jury pool room, and be ready to line up again. be possible for us to finish tonight. So rather than attempt to do that, we're just not. But that means, of course, we're gonna have to bring all of you back tomorrow. And I'm not gonna start you. I'm gonna let Mr. Martin go ahead and finish with this line of questioning. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe there's not a whole lot of trained people out there. We'll get through that, and then I'll be calling it a night, okay? I just want to let you know so you're not wondering and hoping. Go ahead, Mr. Martin, sorry about that.
Because of the break, let me just quickly go through the list, because there's a lot of paddles shooting up. So keep the paddles down, listen to the list, and then when we get through, I'll go row by row, paddles, I'll write down the numbers, and then we'll do all the rows, I'll get all the numbers, and I'll talk to you, and then we'll be done, okay? All right, so here we go. I want to know if you've had any type of training, whether it be formal, informal, online, self-study, you go to a seminar, you go to a class, to any of these topics. Constitutional law, criminal justice system, law enforcement, criminal law, psychology, philosophy. I should have had some water. Philosophy, religion, sociology, urban studies, defensive tactics, use of force using either a weapon or a firearm. Those are the topics. So let me begin with row number 1 and just show me a number if I need to speak with you about that. So on row number 1, I have 5, 9, 13. Oh, good grief. All right, I'm going to start over. Row 1, 2, 5, 9, 13, 15, 18, and 19. Row number 2. Hold them up high because, okay, I have 27, 33, and 42. Row number 3. 43, 46, 47, 59, 60, 63, and 70. Row number 4. 65. Yeah, I see it. 65, 68, 71, 75, 77, 83, and 86. Row number 5. Get them all. 87, 91, 92, 93, 96, and 101. And the last row? Okay. You want to do all those?
You do? I don't know how many questions you got.
Well, I don't know until I start. I didn't expect that many, but okay, let's go for it.
Let's start with the first row and see
Yep.
how that takes us.
Yeah, let's see. All right. Row number 1, juror number 2, you can see from the list that it kind of relates to the topic that we're in here. All that subject matter could come into play in how you analyze certain facts. And that's why I'm asking the question. We all bring our education, our specialized training that we get on the job or whatever into the courtroom, and all that training, along with your common sense, you should be able to use. So that's why I need to know what your background is and what you're going to bring to the table when you bring your deliberations. So number 2, which one of the topics are you familiar with?
A question. Is concealed weapons permit class? There's a class, but is that one of...
I tell you what we're going to do. There's going to be a lengthy discussion about firearms and that topic along with some other topics. So I understand there was a class. Other than that, can everyone understand? Other than that, have you gone beyond that and done anything beyond what a normal CCW class would require. Just safe handling of the firearm, and you pay your money. You took a class. You went beyond that. Okay, so let's table that for tomorrow. All right, because I got a lot to ask you about that. Anything else, number 2, other than that class? All right. All right. Number 5?
Defensive tactics.
Okay. Let's talk about that a little bit. Military?
Yes, sir.
Other than basic training, did you have advanced training above the basic training?
No.
In the military, as far as basic training, can you give me a broad brush what it would include? And we're talking about hand-to-hand combat, grappling,
Hand-to-hand grappling.
edged weapons,
Yes.
okay, blunt objects,
Yes, sir.
okay. Did it also include firearms, or was it defensive, or was that separate?
That's separate.
Okay. Did the training include just physically how to do it? Or was there some psychological training, if you will, about recognizing threats, how to guard against threats, how to de-escalate, that sort of thing? Or so it was just the physical grappling part?
No, it was all of it. It was a broad training. It covered the physical, defensive aspect of it, how to identify threats, how to just de-escalate situations.
You were in the Air Force?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you ever have an occasion to utilize those skills?
I've never had to use them.
How long ago did you receive that training?
It was a yearly refresher training. Your initial wasn't basic training. It was a yearly requirement. It's death by PowerPoint.
Okay. I'm glad I don't have that up here. All right. Thank you, sir. Number 9?
Defensive tactics and tactical force.
All right. Where at?
Defensive tactics for 12 years of mixed martial arts. Different schools. Tactical force is where I work. We have what we call a special ops team. It's a concealed weapons task force for our company.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of that, so we train once a month on different situations, preservation of life, and
Breaching different.
breaching. How if there's ever active gunman
Okay.
situations.
All right. What service does your company provide to the public?
We are what they call MRO, maintenance repair operations.
Just go slow.
It's called an MRO, it's maintenance repair operations. We service basically a apartment complex with different things, but we have a 135 square warehouse and about a 200,000 foot corporate office.
Okay. And what do you do there?
I'm a logistics manager.
Okay. From that corporation, how do you serve the public?
Supply repairs and renovation products to apartment complexes and hospitality.
Okay. You mentioned that you were part of a tactical force team. I thought you said that's where you worked.
No.
Did I misunderstood? I
No,
did not understand.
The company has a handful of gentlemen that are concealed weapons, but we do tactical force training.
Is that on your own self-study? Do you have
We train with Navy SEALs and special ops
Is this on an ad hoc basis as far as people being allowed to train with you?
No, it's private.
Okay. You have to be part of the inner circle?
Yes.
I couldn't come in and say, number 9?
People don't even know I have it at work.
Okay. Is the use of, or is the practicing of those skills for your own self-preservation and maybe family or friends, or something else?
Coworkers.
Okay. And how does it protect the coworkers?
So preservation of life, basically meaning if an act of government or a situation was to occur within the building, we are to extract as many people as we can while brandishing our weapon.
Okay. And this responsibility would be for your company only?
Yes.
Okay. It's not a service you offer outside?
No.
Thank you. Number 13 in row 1.
Mine was the same as number 2. It was because of the concealed carry.
Okay. All right. Number 15.
Mine too was in the military, so.
Okay. You had the same basic training
Yes, and I also had survival school.
and survivor school?
Yes, and tactical training as well.
And that was at least a yearly retraining?
And it was not PowerPoint.
Huh?
And it was not PowerPoint.
No, I bet it wasn't. Okay. Let me talk about the tactical training. What type of tactical? Are we talking grappling skills like I discussed with the juror number 5?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Defense, and also if we were being attacked, how to counterattack or prevent the attack.
Your life experience basically because of the same branch, the same as number 5?
Pretty much.
All right. Let's talk about the survival training.
Yes, sir.
Was that land or sea?
It was either, because we were aircraft maintainers.
That's
When
what-
the aircraft went down, we had to learn how to survive out on the field.
Okay.
So we got captured by terrorists.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Thank you. Number 18?
Yes, all the law ones.
Well, yes.
And then like whatever solo talk, being married to law enforcement.
All right. So constitutional, yeah. It's now. Do you have any formal courses in psychologies?
I self-studied when I got into drug court.
Mhm.
Not me personally, but when I was working drug court, so I did have to study some of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And number 19?
Competition shooting.
Okay. What kind of competition shooting?
Pistol.
Okay. Bullseye, action, what?
All action.
All action? How long have you been doing that?
I haven't done it since 2016, but I've done it from 95 up until 2016.
Okay. Thank you. Row number 2, 27.
Navy training, military training.
Okay. Would it be along the same lines as number 5 and?
Not as, but I was more, my training was more of at sea.
At sea?
Yeah.
So you had survival training? All right. Did you have any of the training involving self-preservation where we're talking about grappling skills, defensive tactics as far as edge or blunt objects? Yes?
Yes.
That's something you had to do annually? All right. You need to say yes or no because she...
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. All right.
In the long military, it was a requirement. You had to.
I know. I understand. Number 33? Yes, sir.
Psychology, sociology, and business law, and some constitutional law.
Is there any particular area of psychology that you were interested in?
No, it's just general.
Just general? Would it be formal training in some type of higher educational institute?
Yes.
Did you ever mentor or summer intern or have to take a class where you actually went into either an office or a clinic or with some type of psychologist that did clinical work?
No.
How about research?
A little research, yes.
Okay, in what areas did you do the research in psychology?
Human resources, human behavior.
Did you have any association with genealogy or elderly population?
No.
The constitutional law, how did that come into play in your life?
It was in getting my MBA.
Okay. And the sociology?
It was in the degree related.
Okay. Have you had the occasion to use the information that you learned in your constitutional law class or your sociology class or your psychology class after school? Have you used it in your business or in your life?
Probably, but I can't necessarily say any specific instance.
Is it something that you keep up with?
No, not anymore.
Okay. Number 42.
Constitutional law, criminal law, psychology, and religion.
And how did you come to either self-study or formally or informally acquire information in those areas?
Constitutional law I took in college. The constitutional law I took in college.
Okay. As just part of the degree?
Yeah, part of the degree.
Okay.
Criminal law, I worked myself through college with a defense criminal attorney.
Okay.
I was a paralegal for an attorney here in Pasco.
A defense attorney, criminal defense attorney, or civil attorney?
She did both. It was Judge Tepper and her private practice.
Okay. And you mentioned religion.
Well, religion, I started a charity for Peace in Northern Ireland, a Catholic Protestant charity, where I brought the mothers to Clearwater Beach for a week and Disney World for a week to lay a foundation for them to have a conversation when they went back to Northern Ireland.
Okay. Let's go to row number 3.
Mr. Martin, I think the row number 3 and row number 4 are like almost all of them.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to pick this up tomorrow anyways. I don't see the point in going. It'd probably take us at least 45 minutes, I think, to finish everybody. So let's just call it a day. Everybody okay with that? You gotta come back tomorrow. It's been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Okay, so here's my instructions. Remember my instructions that I've said over and over again. No independent research. Don't watch the news. Don't do any internet searches. Don't talk about the case amongst yourselves or with anyone else. If your friends, family members, co-workers want to know what's going on, tell them you're in the jury selection process of a criminal trial, and that's about all I want you to say. They may guess what case you're on. I don't really care as long as you don't let them talk to you about the case, or you don't talk about anything that you've heard in here either. Okay, so Just keep it really basic, and other than that, no chatter or talking about the case at all. Keep your eyes off the TV and ears closed against any news, and report back to the jury pool room just a few minutes before 8:30, so we can get started right about at 8:30. Okay?
Judge, can we approach before?
Yeah. Hang on, I'll get you questions.
Haley said for them to request
She's
the
still in there?
jury.
Okay. 33.
Should we put out schedules for Thursday and Friday?
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think we're going to be. Listen, I don't think we're still going to be doing this process Friday. I can never guarantee that this is they've had a lot of extra stuff to do in this case because of the publicity. That it's taken a lot longer. As you all know, you went through it. You know what we've been doing. I don't think we're going to be doing this on Friday, and if we are, it probably won't be with you guys. So that's my only reservation. If for some reason we are still doing this on Friday, it'll be with a different group, and we won't need you, any of you that we're still keeping Friday. But let's just say yes. Many of you will probably be needed Friday. Okay, I don't know which ones, so I can't say, but yeah, many of you will probably be needed Friday. So you might just get surprised and be one of those that we don't need, but yeah, that's the best thing I can say. All right, any other questions? Okay, 8:30 tomorrow. Hey, that's like a break-in of itself, right? That's, thanks, everybody.